Hi everyone, it's Wednesday. It's time for News 2 Gives Back. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. News 2 Gives Back is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with Goldstone Financial Group. We are in Wilson County and the city of Mount Juliet. We're wanting to take time to recognize the Mount Juliet Police Department for their wonderful work. Of course, this city is continuing to grow, but we want to recognize a couple of specific things and then talk more about what's happening here in the city. I have Deputy Chief Tyler Chandler here with us. Tyler, thanks so much for your time. Great to see you. First, let's talk about the life-saving effort that one of your officers had with saving a man who had a heart attack. Unfortunately, he died a few days later, but the family is grateful. Tell us about that whole incident and what led up to that and how your officer was able to help intervene.
Yeah, that incident is just an example of what our officers do every day to keep this city safe and keep people safe. And a couple months ago, one of our officers was on patrol down by the Waffle House near Interstate 40, and a lady was driving down Interstate 40, noticed her husband had passed out. She quickly pulled into the Waffle House and he was unresponsive. She flagged down our officer. Our officer immediately rendered aid and provided CPR through the entire event until medics arrived and saved that man about 7 more days of life. And that man was able to get on social media that evening after having a serious heart attack, thank our officers, the family thanked that officer throughout all that, extended his life another 7 days, and unfortunately had another critical heart attack and did pass away. But that family was just so grateful for that moment and for that officer to be there as quick as he was to render that type of aid, just to give a little bit more time with their father, with that husband, to extend his life just a little bit, you know. And officers do life-saving things all the time. We're usually the first ones on the scene in a lot of different medical type events. They're trained to do certain types of things, and we're just grateful for that and grateful that they step up to that job and look to save people's lives.
Yeah, that is great, and we're very thankful for that, and you all do some wonderful work. And this kind of ties in with having to help people with medical needs. You all are doing some interesting things. Your officers are now becoming EMT certified. What was your reason to want to pursue this? Did this incident back in April play a role in this?
That didn't play a role. What really played a role in it is our city and our city's focus on public safety. We're one of the only few cities around this area that has its own ambulance service. And with that ambulance service, we're able to tap into their training. So when they train their EMTs, we are able to send our officers to be EMT trained. It's a pretty extensive training course. It's about 8 to 10 weeks. Very intensive, a lot of tests they have to take. I was joking with some of our officers that they better pass. And Jordan over here, you know, I was worried about it a little bit, but he's one of our newly EMT trained officers, but he passed, did very well, and they've all passed their clinicals and their certification test that's required nationally. But it's really to give more skills to them, again, because they arrive on a lot of medical incidents first and to provide better care to our community. These 3 officers, the first ones to go through the EMT program, they are also on our special response team, which is also known as SWAT, and they also go to critical incidents, and they and the officers could be seriously hurt, so they also have a medic right there immediately to render aid should one of our officers get hurt or a citizen involved in some type of situation be hurt. They have that officer there with the special training, the special skills to give aid to themselves to help them.
That's great. So cross-training, I think, is very important. That's something that we see not just here on the public safety side, but across the board. That's really awesome. Tell us about what some of the medical equipment that your officers are going to have in their vehicles if they come into a situation like this where fire and EMS are still delayed or en route to the scene.
Yeah, we're thankful to be well supported by our city elected body and our city leadership. With funding. So we're able to put AEDs in most of our police vehicles that are out there on patrol. They also have advanced medical care equipment, and then our EMT officers have the full kits that they need to do their EMT duties. I don't really know what it's called, Brown. Do you have an idea of that? Your EMT kits, what are they called? They don't have special names. So there's no special names, but it's a huge backpack we spend a lot of money on with a lot of equipment in that they will have, and you know, they'll be out there to be able to serve and render some aid, and then when the medics get there, those medics will take over. And if our officers need to stay with that patient until they arrive at the hospital, they'll do that as well.
It's phenomenal. I think that's a really great thing. All right, lastly, we want to talk about what's happening outside this building. This is your current home, but your new home is in progress, and your hand has been all over that, Chief Chandler. Tell us about the new police building, the progress, and when you expect it to be done.
Yeah, it's such an awesome sight to see the construction that's going on right now. It's a very large building, a much needed building for our future growth as a police department. We hope that building will take us out another 20 to 30 years as our city continues to grow. But where we're at now, we're outgrown. But there's a much larger, stronger building being built that we've been working on for about 6 years now, and that should be done hopefully this time next year, and we will be moving in that building. But it's a very strong building. It's one of the strongest buildings on this side of the county. We did that on purpose because it houses our emergency communications center. And when we had the tornado come through in 2020, we were all very worried that that tornado was going to come over this building, which is not strong enough to withstand the hit of a tornado. And we operate our dispatchers inside here, and they have to stay in here 24/7 and man those phones and radios 24/7. So we're grateful to get them into a strong building where they will be protected in any type of storm that moves through. But also in that building is the first community tornado shelter, where people in our community who don't feel safe in their structure or their home can come hang out at our building. And if that bad storm comes through, they can take shelter to be safe should another tornado come through ever again.
That's great. I think different agencies to be able to have an opportunity for the public to come in is wonderful. So it's a benefit for you all, but also for the public too, which is great.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. That building is truly the community's building. We happen to occupy it, but our police officers serve the community. They're going to have that space to serve as best as we can, but truly it's a community building. It's going to have a unique design unlike any police department around here. It'll be welcoming when you walk inside. It'll almost have a coffee shop feel in our lobby that's open 24/7. Anyone can come hang out in our police department if they need, to read a book, to write a paper, to do some work. Our lobby will be open. We want to be a welcoming place for our community.
That is great. That's really good. All right, finally, some upcoming events. The main one that you want to talk about, Coffee with the Cop, coming up at the end of August.
Yep, at the end of August, August 29th. It's a Thursday night. It's one of our evening edition Coffee with the Cops. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Providence Marketplace from 6 to 8 in the evening. We hope many people come out. We do it normally in the morning. I'm not a morning guy, so I like the evening edition Coffee with the Cops, and a lot of people ask for that because they can't make the morning either. They like to sleep in like I do, and they got the crowd laughing at because they know that's how true that is. But Coffee with a Cop, Thursday, August 29th, 6 to 8. We hope to see folks there.
Okay, sounds good. So
Yeah.
kids can come, and they probably not having coffee.
No, it's more chicken with a cop, I would say, at Chick-fil-A, but there'll be coffee maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The parents may need it.
Yeah.
All right,
Parents
Chief
may-
Chandler,
yeah.
thank you so
Thanks
much. We're so excited
Appreciate
to recognize them and the great work that they're doing. And this area is booming, and the Mount Juliet Police Department, the elected officials here for the city and in Wilson County, they are definitely ready for the growth. We brought them lunch today, all provided by Nashville Subaru in partnership with Goldstone Financial Group. Even brought some puppy treats for Milo and Citron, the K9 dogs. All right, y'all have a great day. Thank you for taking time to watch News 2 Gives Back.